Hello guys, welcome here to another edition of Out of Turn 4. A little late, so my apologies. It's been kind of a busy day. I've been exhausted. Had a few things going on today. Just didn't have the time to record, but I'm here now. Sleep schedule all messed up, as you can kind of tell by the hair. In fact, there's got to be a hat laying around here somewhere. I'm not going to worry about it. Coming up on the show, we're going to recap Richmond and Road America. We're going to talk about the latest NASCAR Xfinity Series deal. Big one, of course, in TV. So we'll talk about that. The latest on SVG, I believe, is also in the headlines. And just looking through my notes, IndyCar debut coming this weekend for a driver. And then we should have our picks for Michigan this weekend. And let me just be sure. And Nashville, of course. So with that, let's get started. So Xfinity Series or Truck Series at Richmond. Sorry, I'm pulling everything up right now. I'm trying to get that all set. Of course, Corey Heim, he wins the regular season championship. Big one there for him. Congratulations. Carson Hocevar wins the race's third career win. Great end to the regular season for Carson. He's heating up mid-season. I like that. That means I think he'll be a threat as we go into the Truck Series championship, or playoffs, rather. But anyway, we got 10 days until the playoffs begin. Of course, let me see if I can pull up the playoff grid. Here, of course, the playoffs have officially been determined. Matty D, Matt Crafton get in. If I had to pick, if you had to ask me, okay, who's going to make, who's going to make it here? I would say, I think Hocevar is definitely going to be in the championship for. I'd have to say Corey Heim. He's the regular season champion. Zane Smith. I'm going to say Christian Eckes. Okay? I think Hocevar, Eckes, Smith, and Heim will make it. I'm not going to pick a champion yet, but I think those four will be in the championship four when we go to Phoenix later in the season. So I'm willing to bet that right now. Lock it in. That's my championship four, but nonetheless, good race at Richmond. Good win for Hocevar on strategy. Love to see that. How's about Sam Mayer? I don't think anybody picked him to win this one, but Sam Mayer, he gets the victory at Road America. It is his first career NASCAR Xfinity Series win, and a man who I think a few hours before the race was, or a few days before the race even, was put on the hot seat. Wow. I mean, he backed himself out of that hot seat pretty quick. Of course, the Wisconsin native, again, first career win. And you know what? This is confidence for Sam and that team. Of course, that team has struggled the last season and a half. I started to wonder, man, is he going to be one of those guys that's just not ready for the Xfinity Series yet? I really just tried to find logic in that signing when Junior did it. But especially after Bristol, when he won that race in the Truck Series. But he's proven me wrong. So at least I think so. But again, a big win for him, of course. And to beat some of the best on these road courses, even more remarkable. So congratulations to Sam. He gets the job done. On the Cup side, Christopher Buescher hangs on to beat Denny Hamlin at Richmond. His third career win, first of the season, and RFK is in the playoffs with him and should be in the playoffs with Brad Keselowski as well on points. Of course, still many weeks to go, so we will figure that out relatively soon. But yeah, congratulations are in order for RFK Racing. We know how hard they've worked this offseason, and it's showing this season. They've definitely taken a step forward. They might, and I say Front Row is the best Ford team right now, but I would say RFK is back, honestly. I think they're back. I think we can book it. So, good luck for them. I want to start out with the story I completely forgot to talk about. Paul Tracy has been suspended indefinitely by SRX after an incident with Ken Schrader. Everything I've read, if you upset Ken Schrader, you're the bad guy. But Paul's been aggressive. That's his driving style. That's how he is. But at the same time, there's not a week where this guy doesn't wreck a car in SRX. At some point, we got to look at him and say, you know what, enough's enough. And I think this was the message from Tony Stewart, from Hawk, the CEO, that, hey, we're done. This is enough. And hopefully, I don't know if this will be the end of Paul Tracy in that SRX series, but I think it's going to be a warning shot to these drivers, and I'm glad that they took that seriously. We'll see what comes out of it in the future, but it was announced that Johnny Benson will drive, and I'm excited. He was my favorite truck driver when I first started watching NASCAR, and I didn't watch until I was 12, which is remarkable, but good luck to Johnny, and we'll see what happens. Connor Daly is going to drive. He will drive at Indy, of course, not in an IndyCar that we know of, but in the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He'll be driving for Alpha Prime Racing. I'm just glad to see him in a Cup car. Let's be honest. Or in an Xfinity car. I'm just glad to see him racing. And, so obviously not the best equipment, but I think he'll have a good mid run, So we shall see. The other bit of news. Sorry, I had something else and I can't remember what I was going to talk about. Sorry, I'm doing this on the fly, guys, so forgive me. And of course, SVG, I guess, is the next thing I want to talk about. SVG has announced he will go to NASCAR in 2024. No plans yet. I'm not sure if it'll be full-time, part-time, but nonetheless, of course, we know he'll be at Indy. But, we know he'll be at Indy. We'll see what happens. But congratulations if he does get a ride. We don't know where yet, but I hope it'll be at least Xfinity to get him acclimated to the ovals, and then he moves up. But again, we'll see. CW. Yeah, the CW has been announced as the new broadcast partner for the entire NASCAR Xfinity Series season through 2031, starting in 2025 as well. Big announcement from NASCAR. I mean, big. Honestly, I'm shocked. Did not expect that. Man, I guess I'm just glad that NBC is not covering any more races for the Xfinity Series. I guess that's what I'm going to start out by saying there. And I think that's going to be big. Of course, we know the Cup Series rights have not been negotiated yet, neither of the truck ones. This is going to get interesting now, to say the least, as far as where they will go starting the next few weeks here. Our next few months here is, of course, we're entering the final year of TV deals very, very shortly. So again, we'll see what happens. But 115 million too for the rights. It'll be streaming and live on the CW. And again, I'm just shocked, honestly, but it's good for NASCAR because again, CW is a free channel, by the way. It is not just a cable channel. If you have an antenna, you can watch the CW. So I know there's going to be drivers that are upset about it, or people that are upset about it, but, it's a good deal. I mean, everything is on free cable now for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. You should be happy about that. And it'll be interesting to see who they put in the booth. But again, I'm glad one series will not be on NBC starting next season. But I think that's about it. Oh, Linus Lundqvist. That's who I was going to talk about. Linus Lundqvist, the defending Indy Next champion. He will be driving in place of Simon Pagenaud this weekend at Nashville. Like I say, I'm glad he's getting his chance. I will say that. I'm really glad he's getting his chance because oh, man. He should have gotten his chance this year. I mean, nothing against Peterson, nothing against Armstrong or any of those rookies in the field. But, man, I'm sorry. If you're the Indy Next champion and you dominate like he did, you should have a right to be in the NTT IndyCar Series. But, again, we know how competitive it is. There's only 27 full-time rides. But, and obviously, hate that it's under these circumstances he gets his opportunity, but glad to see him finally get a chance to drive in IndyCar. And, of course, we know this kind of keeps the options open for MSR, Meyer Shank Racing, because, again, we know they've not done very well this season. We know they're destined for a potential rebuild this offseason. So it's good to see them kind of keep their options open as they go through really the remainder of the season. And knowing that Pagenaud's out right now, and again, not knowing the future of this team, it's a good time to test it out with him out due to injury, even though it's not exactly the right way to word it. But it's that case, really. I mean, obviously we hope Pagenaud will be back in the coming weeks. Of course, we know Indy's coming up the next weekend. We know Gateway's coming up soon. There's really only 4 weekends left after this. So, again, hopefully we'll see him in a ride. All right, let's make the picks. I think Xfinity is at Michigan as well. Let me just be sure. Yeah, Xfinity is at Michigan. I am going to pick... It says AJ's in the 10, but I don't think he's going to win it. You know what? I hate to do it. I'm going to pick Ty Gibbs. I think this is a Ty Gibbs type of track to win it. I feel like Gibbs has been good here in the past, so I'm going to go with Ty. Cup Series at Michigan. Austin Hill will be the open car in the field. You know what? I'm going to pick... no, not him. I'm going to pick Kyle Busch. I think he's going to end the streak of Ford's wins at Michigan. I do think Kevin Harvick will be in the running. I think Brad Keselowski will be in the running, but I think Kyle Busch will somehow get this win. Then, of course, IndyCar at Nashville. I'm going to pick Alex Palou. He's hot on the road and street courses. It's hard to pick against him. So Alex Palou, he's my winner for this weekend. That's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Till then, goodbye, everyone.